Hey, this is Massex with a brand new cat fantasy video, and boy oh boy did they do quite a dump on us in this game. We got a lot of stuff to talk about in this video. We've got the Halloween event, we've got a new banner, we've got the ability to get another 2 characters, so let's go ahead and talk about what we have available to us. Now first off, for our limited banner, for the next 2 weeks, we got Serene Joy. It's going to be an event summon. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this character. I so far only pulled 1 copy of this character because I'm still deciding where I want to go, especially with this Halloween event. But we should not overlook this character, okay? Of course, it's a Red Pathos Orbis character. If you want to go ahead and look at the combat skills, we have Bountiful Melody, increases all allies crit damage dealt by 25% for 2 turns and grants them steady restoration based on 20% of this combatant's max HP for 3 turns. What does steady restoration do? Restores a certain amount of HP at the end of turns, and as you start this character up, it's going to affect the crit damage amount that you're going to be giving. So it goes from 20 to 29 at 1 star, to 3 stars it goes to 32%, and at 5 stars goes to 36%. Then we've got Rice Field Rush, attacks 1 enemy dealing damage equal to 28% of this combatant's max HP, and inflicts exposed on the enemy unit with the highest attack for 2 turns. What does exposed do? Well, while this effect is active, the unit cannot be protected by allies' taunt abilities. And then last but not least, we have Golden Guardian that dispels 2 stacks of debuffs from 1 ally, then heals the target for 25% of Rice max HP. Then the passive skill, when all deployed combatants are Red Pathos, each time they receive a healing effect, their final damage dealt is increased by 1%, stacks up to 10 times with each healing skill capped at 1 stack. When this effect applies to allied Tipsy Afterglow, it grants an additional 1% final damage per stack. And of course, as you build up, that's going to increase. So at 2 stars, the final damage effect goes to 1.3%, at 4, 1.6, and at 6, 1.9%. The star up effects for this character, okay, at 1 star after each action, heals the ally with the lowest HP percentage for 15% of Rice's max HP, and dispels 2 stacks of debuffs from that ally. At 4 star, each time an ally with Red Pathos uses a single target attack skill against exposed targets, they receive a healing effect equal to 50% of their attack. And at 6 stars, at the start of battles, increases all allies crit damage by 15% for 2 turns and applies steady restoration to all allies based on 14% of Rice Max's max HP. Now to me, this is an easy skip for most people. Now if you have a Red Pathos team that needs maybe a support / healer type character in it, then this might be an option for you. But really on its face right now, this is one for most people they're probably going to skip or pick up a copy for the collection and move on because we've got other things to look at and talk about. Now we got the Haunty Carnival, we've got Terrorland Night, we've also got a Haunt and Claim. So first off, we'll start with the Haunt and Claim. Log in each day for 10 days and you're going to get all these goodies, so don't forget to do that. When we go to the Haunty Carnival, this is basically in relation to the Terrorland Night. And it's basically things that you can get by using up the Terrorland Night stamps. And the character that is available in here, Ghoulish Prancer Minami. Now this character is a Green Pathos Trinity character. What does this character do? Well, it's an AoE buffer. For the first combat skill, Magic Theater, if the enemies have more than 3 total stacks of debuffs, all allies gain 1 stack of insight and deal 172% attack as jab damage to all enemies. Jab damage when attacking deals damage based on 2 times armor pen. Insight increases armor pen by 25% for 2 turns. So yeah, that could be pretty darn good if you think about that. And when you star this character up, it just keeps going with that percentage. So at 1 star, you go from 172% attack to 196% attack. At 3 stars, you go to 221% of attack. And at 5 stars, you go to 245% of attack. Now for Night Veil. Deals 102% attack as damage to one enemy, inflicts 1 stack of vulnerability on the target for 3 turns. Vulnerability increases the target's damage received by 10%, and that can stack up to 10 times, which makes it pretty good. Then you've got Glimmer, deals 72% attack as jab damage to all enemies, so another AoE. And we already said as before, and as a reminder, jab damage is just 2 times armor pen. Now the passive for this character, increase the armor pen of all allies with green pathos by 7%. Pretty crazy, huh? And as you star it up, it's just gonna go up. So 2 stars, 8.7%, 4 stars, 10.3%, 6 stars, 12%. Really a nice character actually. And the star up effects for this character is at 1 star at the beginning of the first 2 turns, gains 1 SP. Yeah, you see that right, at the beginning of the first 2 turns. At 4 stars, whenever the Ghoulish Prancer plays 2 skill cards in a turn, she casts an additional 1-star Glimmer. This effect occurs up to once per turn. And at 6 stars, increases the duration of Insight to 3 turns when casting an AoE offensive skill if there are fewer than 5 enemies remaining. Damage increases by 10% for each missing enemy. A very cool character. Let's just be honest. Good character. Problem is, it's part of this event, and we'll talk about that in a second. So to get that character, you basically have to run the event, and you have the haunted house area, which is pretty straightforward. Hopefully you can do the highest rating, and you're going to collect these Terrorland Night stamps. Now, once you're done, when you have Terrorland Night stamps, then you're going to go ahead and here and exchange them out. Now, I can tell you guys right now, I did the max amount possible day 1 and day 2, and it only just got me to open up the second one. You literally are going to either have to buy these stamps separately in the store, or you are going to have to max every day to be able to do this. Why? Because as you're going to see here, you got to get all the way down to that one to be able to get the character. Now once you get that, then it gets a little bit worse. If you look at the Haunted Carnival, then it's all going to be based on how many Terrorland Night stamps you use. So you can see for 2 days maxed, I was able to get 1,020, and this was without purchasing any stamps from the store. Let me make that clear. So you're basically able to get 510 a day. So at 510 a day, at right now we have 12 days left, of course, because 2 days have passed. Okay. So that's basically going to be, well, a little over 6,000 that you're going to be able to get. So you'll be able to get the character to 3 stars, but you won't have enough for the costume or the remaining ones if you want to take this character up higher. So keep that in mind. You have to do max each day to be able to at least get this character at 3 stars minimum. Unless something changes or they add something that you can get more stamps or something else happens. I'm just talking about on its face right now. So keep that in mind. I mean, you can still get the unit. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to discount this at all. It's a good unit. Very cool. But I also don't want to give anybody false hopes that you're going to be able to get a fully maxed character from this event. But let me go ahead and just say though, for the Haunt and Claim, your daily login, you are going to get Dusk Hunter Poppy SR on day 1. So you are getting that character right out of the gate. And again, I just want to be upfront about everything because I want everybody to know. Again, still free, give me 3, and you can do it. That's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to be going and doing max each day. I haven't decided if I'm going to go further at this point, but if you want, you can jump in the store, and as you can see, you can buy all different amounts of these Terrorland Night stamps if you want to go ahead and max the character. So I guess in some ways it's better than a limited banner because you only have to get it to a certain amount. So it's like getting a free 3-star, and then you're only having to, buy enough stamps to get it fully maxed versus doing a banner if you wanted to fully max something. It's still a win-win for you, but honestly, it's still, going to take something if that's something you want to do. If not, don't even fret about it. So honestly, to me, Felicia's pretty much probably a save right now, unless you desperately need that for a Red Pathos team, that type of healer / support. And honestly, I'd be focusing on the event and maximizing to hopefully at least get that minimum SSR 3-star that you would get from there. But let me know your thoughts about this. It's actually a pretty cool event. I think the artwork's done is really nice. And yeah, I'm looking forward to busting through this daily. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.